Hi guys, this is the Innovative Minds tutor, Mr. Richard. If you're new to this channel, what are you waiting for? Kindly subscribe. You only subscribe once. Let's grow the community. Yes, yes, indeed. Right, we are looking at Prelim, Grade 12, Mathematics Paper 1, Gauteng. Yes, this was a paper that was written last year in Prelim 2022, Gauteng Grade 12, Paper 1, Mathematics. So basically, we are looking at question 2, where we are going to look at patterns. But the type of pattern that we are going to focus on in this question paper was a quadratic pattern. Consider you are given this quadratic sequence and we're given what? 20, 12, 10, and 14. Let's work it out. Let's work it out. Analyze the pattern first. We are being told that it's a quadratic sequence. What comes to your mind when they talk about quadratic sequence? What comes to your mind is that a quadratic sequence has a first term, which is denoted by a plus b plus c. And it has what? It has a first difference, which is denoted as 3a plus b. And it has a second difference, which is 2a. So in this case, what is 12 minus 20? That will be negative 8. So what is 10 minus 10? What is 10 minus 12? That will be negative 2. 14 minus 10, that will be 4. So from here, and what is negative 2 minus negative 8? We get 6 here. So we also gonna 4 minus negative 2, that will be 6. Okay, that's what we are having. So in this case, since we are having this as a pattern, we're having 20, we're having 12, 10, 14. So in which the first difference given is negative 8, negative 2, and 4. And the second difference is 6. Okay, so in which to find the second difference, you're going to say you're going to use this expressions, the expression which is we're given what they were given to a, which is equals to 6. Then we need to divide both sides by 2. When you divide here, we're gonna get a. How many times does 2 goes into 6? 3 times. So we're gonna have 3. Okay, we are fine. Let's go to the first difference, which is this. So it's going to be denoted by this expression 3a plus b, which is equals to negative 8. So from here, what are we going to have? We have what there? We have a is 3. So it's going to be 3 times 3. And we have b there, which is equals to negative 8. So let's work out b. So what is 3 times 3? That's 9. So when you transpose 9 to the other side, we're going to have negative 8 minus 9. Guess which will give us negative 17 in this case. So we are going to have negative 17. We're not done. Remember that we were told to determine an expression for the nth term of the pattern in the following in this form. Tn is equals to an squared plus bn plus c. That was 4 marks, right? Okay, let's work out c then. A plus b plus c equated to 20. So this is what we call a first term. It's a first term, and remember this is a first difference, and here it's a second difference. So in this case, so let's substitute. We have our a is 3 there, and we have our b is negative 17 plus c, which is equals to 20. So what is guys, what is 3? Okay, we have b is negative 17. So what is 3 minus negative 17? I guess we are going to have negative 14 here. So it's going to be negative 14 plus c, which is equals to 20. So substitute, transpose this, which will be 20 plus 14, that will be 34. So what will be our general formula? In this form, we have a as 3, so it's going to be 3n squared. We have b as negative 17, and then we have C as positive 34. Right. That was 4 marks already. You've got 4 marks there. So let's go to 2.1.2. The first difference form an arithmetic sequencing. Which first difference are they talking about? They're talking about this. So it's this pattern that forms a first difference in the quadratic sequence. So let's take it the way it is: -8, -2, and 4, in which the difference was 6. Okay, let's continue. Determine which successive terms in the quadratic sequence the first difference will be 148. Okay, so actually we are looking for the position of the term that will lead us to 148. Okay, so let's take for instance, let's name this B as a difference, and our first term is B plus C. So this will be B is equals to 6. Then it will be B plus C, our first term, which is -8. This will be 6 plus C is equals to -8. Then okay guys, let's take, for instance, let's take C to the other side. So that will be 10, 12, 14. So when transpose this to the other side, we're going to have -14. So meaning that our general formula will be in this form. Remember, it forms a linear pattern, so it's going to be Bn plus C. Our B in which is 6, then our C in which is 14. Then we were told that the first difference will be 148. So let's take this as Tn. So plug it here. So we're going to have 148, which is equals to 6n minus 14. So from here, we could transpose this. What is if we transpose -14 to the other side, it will be 148 plus 14. What is that? You get 162, which is equals to 6n. Then you can divide both sides by 6, right? So the position will be, how many times it goes? 27. Yes, it's 27. So the first difference, so which successive terms? So the successive terms will be 27, followed by it will be the 27th term, followed by the 28th term, which is the consecutive term. So we are going to have 27 and 28 in this case. So that's how, guys, you can work out such question, right? So let's say in a prelim, you were also given a 2.1.3 that determine the smallest value of n for which Sn is greater than 10,140 in an arithmetic sequencing. All right, meaning we're still going to use the same sequencing, which is this. So we are going to use the formula of the sum, which is Sn divided by 2, which is 2a plus n minus 1d. Okay, so we're going to have n all over 2. We're still going to look at, we need to find the smallest value of n for which the arithmetic sequence will be greater than this. So in this case here, we don't know n. Oh, we already did that. So let me just substitute a as our -8. Remember, using the arithmetic sequencing, not this one. We're using the first difference, which was our arithmetic sequencing. Remember that in a quadratic pattern, the first difference always forms an arithmetic sequencing. So we have plus n. So far so good. Then what was our difference? Our difference was 6 there. So which is greater than 10,140. Okay. So from here, let's work out brackets. So what is 2 times -8? That will be -16. So this 6 will multiply everything that is inside the bracket. So what is 6 times n? So that will be 6n. 1 times -6, that will be -6, which is greater than 10,140. So let's work it out. N all over 2. So -6 minus 6. I guess you will have, let's collect the like term. So this will be 6n. -6 minus 6, that will be 22. 22, which is greater than 10,140. So from here, we can multiply everything by 2, to get rid of a fraction in this case. sorry, doing the left hand side shall be done on the right hand side. So we have 6n squared minus this n multiplies everything that is inside the bracket, 6n squared. Then we have negative 22n, then which is greater than, this will be 202 and 280. Then we're going to have 6n squared minus 22n minus 202 and 280 greater than 0. So we are going to divide everything by 2 so that we can simplify this as further. So this will be, how many times does 2 goes into 6? 3 times. How many times does 2 goes into 22? We are going to have negative 11n. How many times does 2 goes into 202 and 202 and 280? That goes 10,140. Okay, we are not done. We need to factorize this further. So the factors of this will be 3n as well as n here is greater than 0. So the factors that will satisfy this, definitely we are going to have 169 and 60. Yes, so that we can satisfy everything that is here. So we can just say, remember, since the sign is negative, the signs will be different. So this will be 1 plus 69 and this will be minus 60. So when we equate this, we are going to have 3n, which is equals to negative 169. So this cannot be applicable. We cannot have a pattern that is negative, and our n can never be negative. So this, I could just say it's not applicable, but we can take 60 there. So n minus 60 is greater than 0. So the solution will be n is greater than 60 in this case, right? So they said determine the smallest value of n for which Sn will be in the arithmetic sequence. So that will be 60. Even if you can substitute, that will be greater than that. That will be smallest. Determine the smallest value of n for which Sn will be greater than 10. So it will be 60. So if you can continue further, you could just say n is equals to 61. Yes, the next consecutive number that can follow that can follow 60, that will be 61. Yes, in this case. So this is how, guys, you were supposed to work it out. So you will get 5 marks for saying that, right? So let's go to our last question. In question 2, we have a sigma notation in 2.1.4. Yeah, we are at 2.2. Yes, that was 2.2, guys. Mistaken say that it was 2.1.4, but it's 2.2. So the whole marks for this part was 15 marks, guys. The whole question 2 was 15 marks. So this one that we are looking at now, it's 3 marks. Okay, so we're given, this is a sigma notation, sigma. So we're given that then the end point is 5, the starting point is 1. So they said is equals to 10a. Determine b in terms of a. Okay, it's fine, guys. We need to, first thing, let's expand this. Let's rewrite this and expand. So what are we having here? We're having 5, having r as 1, and we're having r plus b, which is equals to 10a. First thing, guys, I will just say expand this, right? So from, remember, this is 10a. So okay, let's expand this. We'll write it as sigma. The starting point is r1, end point is 5. Then we have r plus b, which is equals to, when we substitute to 1, we're going to have 1 plus b till, remember that we can end at 5 here till 5. So it's going to be 2 plus b. All right, expand 3 plus b, as well as 4 plus b, as well as 5 plus b. So let's collect the like terms from here. So what is 1 plus 2? That's 3. 3 plus 3, that will be 6. 6 plus 4, that will be 10. Plus 5, that will be 15. So we have 15. Okay, let's add the b's. 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 3. 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. Plus 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So we are going to have 5b in this case. So that's what we are going to have. So in this case, we are having sigma r1 there, then it's 5 Then we have R plus B, which is equals to 15 plus 5B. So we could see that both of these, 10A and 15 plus 5B, are equal to this the sigma. So what are we going to do? We just equate both of them. So we can say that is equation 1 and equation 2. We just equate both of them. So we'll just say 15 plus 5B, which is equals to 10A. Remember, they told us that determine B in terms of A. So in this case, you can take 15 to the other side to make, remember, our aim is to make B the subject. So it's going to be 10A, remember, it's 10A minus 15. Minus 15, sorry for that, it's minus 15. Divide everything by 5, divide everything by 5. So this and this cancels, so we're left with B. How many times does it go? 5 goes into 10, that's twice, so we're 2A. How many times does 5 goes into 15? That's go 3 times. So B in terms of A will be B is equals to 2A minus 3. So hope you find this video useful as you're preparing for your prelim, guys. Remember, it's all about knowing the basics. Basics are the key determinant for you to succeed in your upcoming prelim. Tomorrow, tune for question 3, in which we'll be discussing still patterns. Then over the weekend, we will proceed with the question paper till the last question. Do not forget to subscribe and like the video, and remember, we love you.